Hi, Sujan.
Morning, Anshu.
Morning, morning, morning.
How are you?
Good morning to both of you. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good,
I'm
good.
good. I don't have to do any of this. I just
Yeah.
talk like that.
So you're currently streaming live, just so that
Okay.
you know, on our Facebook page, and we'll begin shortly at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how are you doing? Both of you in Delhi, how are you doing?
Good, good. Going on. I mean, I'm just still recovering. So,
Okay. Good to know. How about you, Meenakshi?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to be stay calm in all the web calls and all of that. Just trying to find my space of peace.
I think that space has shrunk in the recent times, I guess.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Indeed.
But amazing work that you guys do. Since my post graduation in 2011, the only organization you consistently hear is Gunj. And everyone knows Gunj. The entire test knows Gunj. So thank you for what you do. It's 11 now. So welcome to all the people who are watching this live stream with Anshu Gupta and Meenakshi Gupta, both founders of at Gunj. Most of you know them; they're already very popular. Uh, so what I would like you all to do is please share this live stream on your own timelines, so that more people get an opportunity to hear what Anshu and Meenakshi have to share with all of you about their philanthropic journey. We are doing this live sessions. Living My Promise conducts these live sessions every Saturday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please do subscribe to our page, like our page on Facebook, so that you don't miss any of the upcoming events with other philanthropists in the near future. Thank you for joining, and let me introduce you to Living My Promise briefly. Living My Promise invites Indians to commit to giving half or more of their wealth to philanthropy, either during their lifetime or in their will, to a cause of their choice. Living My Promise is a self-driven initiative started by one of the promisers, Mr. Girish Batra, and is now championed by 47 others as well. The initiative is essentially a community of promisers, and it is not an NGO. This promise that the signatories make is a moral commitment that they make to their own self and to the public at large. Living My Promise is inspired by the millions of people of all income levels who give generously and often at a great personal sacrifice in order to make the world a better place. Living My Promise aims over time to help shift the social norms of philanthropy towards giving more, giving sooner, and giving smarter. We hope that through Living My Promise, we can create a community of like minded individuals who would like to do more and also inspire millions of others to re benchmark their levels of giving. Those of you who are interested in learning about Living My Promise, please do visit our website at www.livingmypromise.org. Uh, and I also have to tell you that Meenakshi as well as Anshu and their daughter are also signatories to Living My Promise. They have already pledged to give back 50% of their entire net worth for philanthropic causes that they believe in. Thank you for that, Meenakshi and Anshu. Now, I'll briefly introduce Meenakshi. Meenakshi Gupta was a news publicity head at BBC South Asia. She later joined Gunj full-time after ending her 15-year corporate career. Anshu Gupta is Raman Magsaysay Award winner and founder at Gunj, while his wife Meenakshi Gupta is a co-founder. Anshu is an Ashoka Fellow and was conferred with Social Entrepreneur of the Year award by Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship. Anshu and Meenakshi, like I already told you, have pledged to donate more than 50% of their wealth towards philanthropic causes. Both Anshu and Meenakshi are Living My Promise signatories. Welcome and good morning. So my first question to you would be, to Anshu. Uh, a big part of Gunj is about clothing. What are your personal approaches to clothing? Do you like investing in clothing?
so uh, I think I'm fond of it, but not that I have a lot of it. I'm when I left my corporate career, I think one of the reason I left that was because I started hating the tie and the black shoes and the formal trouser. and after that it's all about jeans and t-shirts, and sometime for the sessions and lectures it's a half kurta. Uh, I am for sure a bit finicky, which a lot of people don't know about clothing. I mean, right from my socks to my color to my handkerchief, uh, there is some common thread, and I will go to any extent to do that. If I decide that tomorrow I have to wear this particular kurta, even if I come back from a tour, I will actually wash it at 2 o'clock, dry it under the fan. Next morning, iron it and wear it. That's a lot of people don't know. People very close to me know that. But and even handkerchief, when I pick up, I'll actually pick up that, whether it has a blue or black thread or a line which is matching my cloth or not. So no one knows that, but I think
public acceptance of it's like one thing, but
so
I'm actually the absolute opposite to Vanshu in that. I'm completely bindas. I mean, I just open up my wardrobe, whatever I can get. I'm that kind of person. And I've always been like that. So we are a bit of a contrast in that.
So, this is the advantage of joining the Living My Promise live sessions. These are the kind of insights you only get here.
No.
Of the 100,000 other talks you must have done, you must have not mentioned this. But yeah, this is a new information for all the viewers out there. So moving to my next question. A large part of your careers has been with Gunj, and now you have decided to pledge 50% of your wealth towards philanthropy. Many with successful corporate careers with significantly high incomes might find this difficult. How did you get here, to both of you?
So I think both of us will answer this, and I think for us it was not a tough thing at all, right? Because we are not one of those parents who are basically trying to do anything and everything in the name of their children and saying because हमें बच्चों के लिए करना है ये. We are not one of those. And then when we left our jobs, I left with escorts. I mean, that time corporates were not that fancy things in any case. Now people just say I left a corporate career and all, but it's still. And many left BBC. And I think one other thing which we decided is that we can actually live with car for years and decades. I mean, it's not that at the end of the day you end up spending more money in changing things. At the end of the day, you need one car or two cars maximum if you're really mobile, and one dining table at your place. And I think whole lot of our furniture. We are now on July 24th. We are completing 25 years, of our bal vivah or child marriage, as I say, So I think and a part of furniture and everything is same, right? And it's not changed. And as individuals and as an institution which is valuing old stuff so much, in the society, that's what we've done in the last 2 decades. We are valuing our own stuff also. And top of all, I think for two of us it was not a big thing. That whatever little we have, fine. We don't have that kind of fancy wealth also, but whatever we have. And the other thing with Urvi, our daughter, I think that was very beautiful because when we asked her, and I remember, sending her mail to Venkat also, when she said, "Ki Papa, meri aukat to chavanni bhi nahi hai, to what do I promise? I mean, I don't need this house and whatever. And Sushant, one thing which I need to add here, that many of us are actually not involving our children in these kind of conversations. These days, the young generation is absolutely different. Many of these young guys actually do not need any of our house and cars and all. As long as right now their life is okay. They're absolutely ready to struggle it out and make it on their own. There is a large chunk of people, I know it because I work so much with youth. So many times parents are just, putting it on their children that they are actually adding it for their children, and their children are not looking for it. I mean, that's how we see it. At least we have one proof in as our daughter for sure.
For me, I think, sorry, you were saying something, Sushant?
No, go ahead.
No, I think for me, two things have influenced my thought process about giving. one, of course, this whole journey with Goonj, I think, has influenced it in a big way, because the whole act of giving is, I don't see it connected to how much one has. It's only that a certain level of wealth at which you should go and make a promise like this. I have seen people giving when they have very little, but that thought of sharing it with the world, that's all. So that has influenced me in a big way. I've seen individuals from the wealthiest to the poorest people, giving of whatever little they have. So it's that generosity of thought which has influenced me. And I think more than that, I think our upbringing, we both come from families where we come from middle class families. Our parents did not have a lot of wealth, but their whole journey of giving has been part of our upbringing. Whether it is whatever little they have, we've seen, and I'm sure that is the case with many. That's just the culture of many middle class families, that giving is a very very inherent part of. You don't even think about it, but now when we actually thought about making this promise, it sort of came to me that how my mother has been influencing in that thought process, how my dad, in terms of giving not just money but time, your energy, your resources, your efforts, everything. I mean, and I think that giving is much more precious. So all of that has influenced for sure.
और I think we are coming from the families, most of us, जो where the mom, यदि घर में आपके 2 आलू हैं, उस समय बचे हैं, बाई चांस उस दिन सब्जी नहीं आई है, but we saw that magic कि वो 2 आलू के साथ भी वो 4 गेस्ट को कैसे फीड कर देते थे, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is how the middle class of India has been doing now also, and earlier for sure, especially for families like ours. And the second part, I believe that there is a lot of misconception or perception issue in terms of giving, because हमें ऐसा लगता है कि only the rich people are the philanthropists and they are giving, but maybe that must be a comparatively new stuff happening in the society. The financially so-called weaker section has been giving for centuries. आपके, if you pick up all the mandir, masjid, gurdwaras, fine, I mean, who is ultimately giving more? And it is always in proportion, fine. I mean, it's a relative giving. I'll give you a simple example. 1999, the first big disaster where we as Goonj entered, and the Odisha cyclone. And then I still remember, and I'm talking about 1999. A lady comes, and she comes, and she ऐसा मुट्ठी में, she comes like this, and she says कि भैया मैं कुछ लाई हूँ, आप लोगे क्या? मतलब she was very hesitant about it. I said हाँ बताइए please. She opened her hand like this, and then there is 251 rupees in that, right? And this is 1999. 251 rupees. जब हमारे यहाँ उड़ीसा साइक्लोन में most of the people were giving us 100 rupees. We were a new organization. 100 rupees, 150 rupees as so-called donation. This lady comes with 251 rupees, and then we find she says कि मैं ना यहाँ पर मालिश का काम करती हूँ. After the childbirth and all, I do the massage kind of thing. And ये मैंने पैसा जोड़ा था और आप इसको ले लीजिए. This is like way back, 2 decades back. I'm talking about 251 from a lady who will never be considered a so-called donor in our demeaning language of donor and beneficiary. But that's what this world is doing. That's what this country has been doing. हम तो बहुत privileged हैं, सब कुछ खा पी के बैठे हैं, उसके बाद कह रहे हैं 50% दे देंगे, क्योंकि 50% के बाद भी हमारी जिंदगी आराम से चलने वाली है.
Yeah.
ये लोग तो इंस्टेंट देते हैं, उसी समय देते हैं. हम तो प्रॉमिस ही कर रहे हैं ना. अभी सच बात तो ये है, हमको आज उठा के अपना मकान बेच के तो दे नहीं रहे. ये लोग तो इंस्टेंट देते हैं बॉस.
Yeah, that's true. But both of you draw very modest salaries, far less than what even CXOs of other organizations of your size earn. Despite all that you said, how did you still get the courage to promise 50% of your wealth?
ये चाहिए क्या, मतलब मुझे आप ये बताओ, हाउ मच कैन यू, स्पेशली अच्छा ही हुआ हमने किया, बिकॉज नाउ maybe we learned it a bit early, but after this disaster, a lot of people must have understood कि भाई ultimately आपको आपकी बड़ी से बड़ी गाड़ियां बाहर खड़ी रह जाती हैं, आपको दाल रोटी चाहिए अंदर बैठ के मिल जाए तो अच्छा है. तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई बहुत आई डोंट थिंक इट्स अ वेरी करेजियस वर्क, बिकॉज इन एनी केस वॉट एवर इज एक्स्ट्रा इज लाइंग इन योर बैंक, राइट? हाँ, ये मेरा पर्सनल एक एक्सपीरियंस है, विच अगेन आई एम, बिकॉज इट्स ओपन फोरम विद द फ्रेंड्स एंड ऑल अदर पीपल, कि जब मुझे अभी when I went through this COVID phase myself, and I was isolated for almost 26 days in a room, and in that time, because you are in that phase and you are keeping a track of the news and what is happening, and then you are also looking at how private hospitals are taking care of people in terms of fleecing them. तो आपको कभी लगा, उस समय मुझे जरूर ये लगा कि यार ये तो एक ऐसी चीज है जिसमें कोई क्या करेगा, मतलब if God forbid if something happens, how do you really take care of such kind of emergency जहाँ पे 20 lakh 30 lakh rupees kind of bill comes just for one disease. But then what gives you strength is मुझे याद है one of the friend called up, she came to know after a long about this कि मुझे ऐसा हुआ है. She called up and no, and she didn't tell me, और ये वो whatever, she was very worried. तो आई एक्चुअली टोल्ड हर, मैंने कहा देखो भाई ऐसा है कि अभी इस डिजीज की दवा तो बनी नहीं है, तो दम तो दुआओं में ही है, दवा तो बनी नहीं ना, सब कह रहे हैं नहीं बनी है, तो दम तो दुआओं में है. एंड इफ नथिंग एल्स, आई थिंक पीपल लाइक अस, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल लाइक अस हैव अर्नड लॉट ऑफ दोज दुआज. वो जो सुबह उठ के किसी ने हमारे लिए अपने नानी की जमाने की प्रेयर की, जो मैंने उस एफबी पोस्ट में लिखा भी था, आई थिंक वो हमारी बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है. हमको कम से कम इतना कॉन्फिडेंस तो है कि इफ वी गेट इनटू सम ट्रबल, there are hundreds and thousands of people around us who will make sure that we do not remain in that problem, and they will do everything possible. I think wo confidence, I think we have earned in the last 2 decades, and that's one of the biggest wealth with us. जो हमारा घर, जो हमारा बैंक बैलेंस नहीं करता, वो चारों ओर लोग करते हैं ना, किया है लोगों ने. मतलब मुझे आम का बहुत शौक है, मैं पागल हूँ, मैड ओवर मैंगो. मेरे उस रेड जोन वाले एरिया में भी मेरे साथ के लोग आम छोड़ के गए हैं यहाँ पर.
Wow.
ये क्या चाहिए बताइए.
Sir, many of us cannot get, like you rightly said, like blessings are more important. You also mentioned about your daughter, right? So both of you have been working really hard since you started Gunj. How did you go about bringing up your daughter in this situation, and what were your parenting principles?
That Minnie can answer better. I'll only add. No, I think Urvi's had an amazing childhood. I think we tell her that and she truly believes that the kind of upbringing she's got. हम तो जैसे भी पेरेंट्स हैं वो हैं, बट जितना जो उसको दुनिया को देखने का नजरिया मिला, जो चीजें वो जंगलों में भी हमारे साथ गई है, वो गाँव में भी घूमी है, वो बाहर विदेश में भी घूमी है, उसको इतने लोगों का प्यार मिला है, उसको इतने लोगों से सीखने को मिला है. देयर इज सो मच दैट शी इज गॉट. सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ she thinks of it as a huge privilege कि उसको ये सब बिना कुछ किए मिला है. And the second thing, I think, as far as parenting is concerned, मुझे तो simply एक ही चीज लगती है, that जो I think again going back to our parents, कि हमें कभी माँ बाप ने बैठ के समझाया नहीं कि बेटा सच बोलना चाहिए या ये करना चाहिए. They lived it. Whatever values that they gave us were mostly what they lived, whether it was to do with giving, whether it was to do with any integrity, anything. And I personally feel the way we live our lives is what our children will take, and that's what our daughter will take. And if I live it with a full honesty and full authenticity, that's what she'll take. That's all I can give her. Rest, there is so much exposure that kids have today from rest of the world, that you can the only thing I try and think of is to give her a sense of wrong and right. If she has that, then whatever she picks up in life, she'll have that moral compass for herself, and then rest she can decide. That's it.
And we have never carried even a packet of Maggie or biscuit separately for her. When we especially traveled, 3 of us have traveled a lot inside the villages, even in a little bit of Naxal belts, tribal belts a lot. And she has been playing with those kids. बहुत मजे से. These are the friends. And I remember once in Bihar, we were in a village, and suddenly a lot of jamun came for us. Okay, for me and Mini, we were sitting there, and all the jamun were tutawa. वो जो उसमें वो जैसे गिरा हो and all that. And then we found a bowl of jamun with urvi, and we found that every single jamun was the perfect jamun. And we said, ये क्या हुआ? हमारे को टूटे हुए मिल रहे हैं, उर्वी को पूरे मिल रहे हैं, कैसे मिल रहे हैं? पता लगा कि look at the beauty of the people. तो उसके लिए वो the kids were actually climbing on the tree and then plucking it and giving it to her.
Okay.
This is one of the tribal belt of Musahari community, a village called Gidha, in Bihar. I remember very early. Urvi was very young. Urvi को वो लोग गोदी में लेके घूमते रहते थे वहाँ पर. तो हमने कभी ये नहीं करा कि अरे तुम इसको टच कर दोगे, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, ऐसे मत खाओ. If you are in Madhubani, enjoy चिवड़ा दही, because that's what people are enjoying there. And she has really thoroughly enjoyed that entire thing. I mean, how many kids in this earth have the privilege to really be a part of Baba Amte's family, right? Or so many other people who are uncle, auntie, chacha, mausi, who are iconic figure in their respective work, and those are Urvis, chachas, and mausis and buas. I mean, life में क्या चाहिए? It's not that just the ठीक ठाक schooling मिल गई और college अच्छा मिल गया, वो उसका अपना किया हुआ है. और वो जो मिनी जो कह रही हैं values का, वो बहुत important. Let me share one very simple incident. I remember Urvi had to drive, right? And she applied for a license. She went there twice, thrice, whatever formalities it happened, she fulfilled that. And because a friend was there and he said कि मैं कर रहा हूँ, तो still Urvi was going. After that, suddenly all of us came to know that friend has paid 5,000 rupees. The typical Indian stuff, which is a part of life. Can you imagine? It's been more than a year or two. She's not driving. She has not touched that license. And we all are in dilemma कि अब इसको कैंसिल करा के दूसरा लाइसेंस कैसे बनवाएंगे? आधार कार्ड तो एक ही है हमारे पास. but we'll figure out. We'll go to the legal people, say कि ये surrender करना है. But she refused to drive on that license. She said नहीं, मैं नहीं कर सकती. बोले मैं जिंदगी में पहली बार कार लेके निकलूंगी और वो रिश्वत के लाइसेंस में लूंगी, नहीं कर सकती. We are, तो हमें लगा बॉस हो गया, अब ब्रिंगिंग तो हो गई ठीक ठाक. बाकी देखा जाएगा.
That's a fabulous story. Yeah. You also mentioned about the middle class Indians who have been donating so far. But what do you think middle class Indians should do differently when it comes to philanthropy?
Okay, I think middle class people understand the value of dignity in a much bigger way. Okay, and every single disaster is a proof of that this is a class which suffers most. They do not have enough money to deal with it. They cannot go on the road to stand in the queue and ask for a food kit. Two things, in my opinion, and then if Mini has to add something. One is that very, very careful about the dignity part of it when you are giving it to someone, right? Because this is a country where we keep our leftover food for maid. And Venkat, I'm sure, must be repeating this line. Because I've said it many times, and as he mentioned in his Facebook post,
Complete your sentence.
yeah, he will complete my sentence. So this is where the problem is. One is dignity, and the second, I'm very upfront on this. Ki whatever is going to the religious places, वो भी लोगों के लिए ही है. That is also meant for people. In a country like India, where you can reach out to people directly. You reach out through God also, but even if a portion of that goes to the people directly, it will have much bigger impact. It is certainly a shame, especially on the middle class, in this particular COVID disaster, that we have not been able to take care of even one single maid who was just coming for 2 hours to serve us, and she just need about 1,000, 2,000 rupees. That's what we were paying. I'm not talking about full-time people also. So I think middle class needs to do much more, because middle class is a class where people like us, many of us have, हमारे जो पेरेंट्स थे उनकी पूरी लाइफ स्ट्रगल की लाइफ थी, और बिकॉज उन्होंने स्ट्रगल की तो हम यहाँ पहुंचे हुए हैं, हमारा कोई क्रेडिट नहीं है, उन्हीं का है. तो दे हैव सीन दैट स्ट्रगल वेरी क्लोजली. They have seen the value of smallest possible thing in life very, very closely, much more closely than the second generation of the rich people. Even the second, third generation of middle class remains middle class. हमारी जो फैमिली है वो पिछले कई जनरेशन से मिडिल क्लास ही है. ठीक है, वो भी है कि मिडिल क्लास की डेफिनेशन बदल गई है आजकल. अब तीन रूम का फ्लैट वाला भी मिडिल क्लास ही है. दैट्स अ डिफरेंट इशू, बट we still cannot say that we are financially upper class. So we understand a large number of people much better than any other person. So we need to do more, nothing else.
Yeah. Meenakshi, you have anything to share? Yeah.
I just two thoughts. I think one, and I've written about this, I think, somewhere on the Facebook sometime, and I was most sort of frustrated by it, maybe, is that, you know, when I think of middle class, I think of people like us. You know, it's people upper middle class, whatever, lower middle class, whatever, but people of our generation have been the decision makers and have been in that position of decision making for a lot of things in whatever sector, whatever part of society you might think. And so therefore the onus of how our world looks like today and also going forward will depend on us. I mean, on type of, and this is larger, and I think more than philanthropy. It's really a sense of responsibility about how we take our decisions in this world. What kind of world are we trying to build for our next generation? That is the kind of thought I would also attribute to even philanthropy, which is really, I mean, not philanthropy in this country right now, because we are I think, in the worst phase of history, I think from the time of independence till now. And so therefore it is much more incumbent on all of us, as Anshu is also saying, to look at it like that. And the second part of it is, I think we, as middle class people who are middle class today, I think if we go one or two generations back, we're all coming from maybe rural, maybe poorer sections of society, or one or two generations maybe. And so to have that kind of an understanding that that's where our roots are. So it is to remember that about ourselves, that we are, that there is this India which was, and that's what we emerged out of. But there is still a large part of our country which is still in that state. So we cannot really be well or, you know, be prosperous if that part of the country is still, you know, where it is. So just those two things. Yeah.
And also, I think for giving, Shan, none of us, including middle class, we should not say that first I will make this much and then I'll start giving, which in any case, to be honest, many of the rich people have done it like that. So giving can always become a part of your day-to-day activity, that you can always, whole lot of us can certainly say that this much percentage, at least to start with, we will do it for someone else. Just whatever little percent we all can do, and we can certainly do that. Whole lot of us can do that, easily do that. I mean, I'm one person, you know, in the team also. We have been saying, I remember 1998, 99, the first little 4, 5, 6 people with volunteers and all, and we said कि नहीं यार, we will have Old Monk and Coke, you know. ये तो चलता है महीने में 2 महीने में एक बार. we don't drink, we don't do anything, but महीने 2 महीने में एक बार तो आप कर सकते हो ना, बैठ सकते हो. So, and I still remember, you know, we were new to the sector. जिंदगी में सेक्टर के बारे में कुछ मालूम नहीं है, कॉर्पोरेट से आ रहे हैं. ये तब भी बीबीसी में ही थी. तो I remember, नहीं, but Anshu, now you have entered in social sector. अच्छा, social sector ऐसा है क्या? मतलब you can't wear a good jeans. मैं सेल में ही खरीद के लाऊंगा, तुम भी सेल पे ही खरीद के लाते. बट मतलब if I have entered in this sector, मतलब क्या मुझे सैलरी नहीं मिलेगी, मुझे टी शर्ट जीन्स ढंग की नहीं पहन सकता, ब्रांडेड नहीं पहन सकता, महीने में एक आध बार पार्टी नहीं कर सकता ओल्ड मंक लेके, मतलब क्या है. तो आई थिंक व्हाट वी हैव डन इज दैट we have maintained that कि आपको you have to live a normal life, and I can tell you that any person who is living a normal life can easily promise commit a few percent of it, and once your responsibilities are getting over, you can certainly increase that percentage in life. But
Yeah.
everyone can commit a particular percentage even today,
Hmm.
and that's good enough. That's good enough to do a lot of good. कितना भी महंगा हो, कितना भी इन्फ्लेशन हो, आज भी 1,000 रुपए मैटर करते हैं, बहुत मैटर करते हैं.
True, true. For viewers who are watching, if you want to ask any questions to Anshu and Meenakshi, please post them in the comment section on the Living My Promise page. We have one question from Archana Londe. She's asking how to get over the frustration with people when they refuse to acknowledge the problem. I came across so many who didn't see anything wrong in people walking on the road and they're suffering.
ठीक है, देखिए क्या है कि there are, I mean, the way we are operating, it is extremely frustrating, but we should know that because a large number of people like that exist, that's why those people were walking. It's not a new thing, right? यदि इतने सेंसिटिव लोग हम लोग होते तो इतने मिलियन लोग वॉक नहीं करते ना ऑन द रोड्स, इतना सफ़र नहीं करते, उनकी डेथ इतनी नॉर्मल नहीं होती. तमिलनाडु में फादर बेटे का डेथ हो गया, मर्डर हो गया पुलिस में, तो वो तमिलनाडु का केस है, उसमें कंट्री बात नहीं करेगा. आंध्रा में लिंचिंग हो गई तेलंगाना में, तो वो वहाँ का केस है, उसमें कोई बात नहीं करेगा. आई थिंक दैट इज हाउ we are divided in this country. Unfortunately, we don't take people as human being. तो मेरा इसमें आंसर ये रहेगा अर्चना कि सभी लोगों का थॉट प्रोसेस को बदलने का ठेका नहीं लिया हमने. आई थिंक just go on and do whatever best we can do in this scenario. I'm pretty sure that if we cannot change these people who are in absolute negative, जो बहुत important एक segment होता है सोसाइटी का, वो हम उसे कहते हैं हाशिए पे बैठा हुआ सेगमेंट, विच इज सिटिंग ऑन द फेंस, ऑन द बॉर्डर. यदि आप उसको भी टारगेट कर लेते हैं अपने अच्छे एक्ट से, अपने दैट यू कीप डूइंग, वो जो हम कहते हैं लगे रहो, यदि आप उसमें लगे रहते हैं और यदि आप वो फेंस पे जो बैठे हुए लोग हैं, यदि आप उनको भी कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं, दैट इटसेल्फ इन ए कंट्री लाइक इंडिया इज अ ह्यूज नंबर. तो एक्सट्रीम नेगेटिव में जाने वाले लोगों से मैंने तो बिल्कुल बहस ही बंद कर दिया है. आई स्टॉप. पीपल पुट ऑल काइंड ऑफ कमेंट्स ऑन माय फेसबुक व्हेन आई पुट समथिंग. मैं उनको बहुत प्यार से डिलीट कर देता हूँ, फिर उन्हें अनफ्रेंड भी कर देता हूँ. मैं कहता हूँ यार गोली मार, मुझे ये डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन नहीं सुनना भाई, अब हो गया, बहुत हो गया, वो वैसे भी दिख ही रही है चारों ओर. तो आई वुड लाइक टू रीड समथिंग पॉजिटिव, समथिंग नाइस, और ठीक है दैट माइट बी ए रॉन्ग वे टू हैंडल इट. सो ठीक है, एक गलती से, बट जिससे मेरा हो जाए, ठीक ठाक लाइफ निकल जाए, थोड़ा कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम में टाइम चला जाए, आई थिंक दैट्स मोर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर अस.
Yeah.
Can I just?
Yeah, Meenakshi.
I have a slightly different. I mean, I agree with what Anshu is saying, but I try to look at it more from the sort of the DNA of the society kind of aspect. कि ये शायद हमारे सोसाइटी के DNA में कुछ गड़बड़ आ गई है. जो एक बहुत एम्पैथी जो शब्द है, वो उसकी बहुत कमी आ गई है. शायद वो कहीं ना कहीं एक इनसिक्योरिटी ऑफ कि मतलब मेरे पास जो है वो मुझे बना के रखना है, और शायद बाहर की चीज़ों से मुझे कोई मतलब नहीं है, बाकी की दुनिया भाड़ में जाए वाली जो बात है. तो मुझे लगता है कि आई थिंक कभी इररिस्पेक्टिव, आई थिंक ये कहीं ना कहीं आज शायद और ज़्यादा ज़रूरत हो गई आज के टाइम में, when there is so much of hatred and other things going around, that आप चाहे कुछ भी कर रहे हो, मतलब चाहे आप एजुकेशन पे काम कर रहे हो, हेल्थ पे काम कर रहे हो, किसी भी चीज़ पे काम कर रहे हो, अगर हम कुछ एक जो बेसिक ह्यूमैनिटेरियन वैल्यूज हैं, जो एक प्यार, एक इंसानियत वाली बात है, उसको शायद हम पहले जब मतलब every time I talk about it, I'm told you are like this idealistic person and you talk about this another level of things and all. But the fact is कि वो अगर नहीं है तो हम किसी और चीज़ की बात कैसे कर सकते हैं? अगर हम इंसान होने की बात नहीं कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे के लिए, तो हम किसी और भी चीज़ की बात कर ही कैसे सकते हैं? तो शायद हम वो पहले मान के चलते थे कि ये है, बट आई थिंक अब आजकल इतना ऑपोजिट में चली गई है बात कि वो जरूरी है उसको कॉन्शियसली सामने लाके बात करना. तो अर्चना, आई थिंक इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट दैट wherever, whatever you do, you talk about that, you talk about the love, you talk about being empathetic to other people, you talk about kindness. And these are not things which are otherworldly. These are things which are everyday. It's a DNA of who we are. That's my thought to it.
और अभी तो और मेहनत करने का टाइम आ गया ना. द रीजन इज कि मतलब मैं कहीं यही लिख ही रहा था कि हम एम्पैथी कर रहे थे बिकॉज एम्पैथी वाज अ न्यू बज़वर्ड इन दिस सोसाइटी सडनली कि सिंपैथी अच्छी नहीं है, एम्पैथी होनी चाहिए. अब मैं कह रहा हूँ यार, कोविड के बाद तो सिंपैथी भी नहीं बची. कोविड में यदि इतने लाखों लोग सड़कों पे चले हैं और लोग मरे हैं, भूख से मरे हैं, तो हमने हमारे में बहुत सारे लोगों का तो, या जिनकी बात आप कर रही हैं अर्चना की, मतलब फ्रस्ट्रेशन जिन लोगों से होता है, तो उनका तो सिंपैथी भी नहीं बचा. वो एम्पैथी पे कहाँ जाएंगे भी. तो वी पीपल लाइक अस नीड टू बी मच मोर एक्टिव नाउ टू रियली ब्रिंग पीपल एटलीस्ट टू दैट लेवल. फेलो ह्यूमन बीइंग है, इतना तो समझो.
Yeah. So that's something very deep to think about. Rashmi has another question for you. She's asking, what would you suggest for individuals to do with regard to ongoing distress among a large section of society, as the lockdown is still on and seems to have lasting effects?
I mean, what do I say? As of now, it looks like it's not ending soon. Fine. Also, because I think the clear strategies have been that कुछ बांट दो, किसी के हाथ में कुछ दान दे दो, and I know that never works. Free dose never works because अभी जो डेटा ही आ रहा है उसमें हमको पता है कि I mean, we are saying that इतने लोगों को राशन मिल गया, बट वो कोई 10-11% लोगों को राशन मिला है, तो वो ऑलरेडी बहुत बड़ा गैप है. मैं बस ये कहूँगा कि everyone who is listening and the way we have been talking to many more people, that there are unfortunately, I mean, there are, we need more, we have lesser number of good people. lesser ऐसा नहीं कि lesser है, but we need to multiply that, number one. And number two, the good people need to multiply their efforts. जो भी वो कर रहे थे, जो उन्होंने किसी और डिजास्टर में किया होगा, कि उनको लगा होगा कि 1000 रुपये देने से हो जाएगा, इस डिजास्टर में तो वो नहीं होगा. एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली बहुत सारी जिम्मेदारी has actually come to the people of this country, where the individuals and the institutions are taking care of so much. तो मेरा आपको एक ही एडवाइस रहेगा कि अपने को बहुत स्ट्रांग रखिए. I think that's the most important part. कि आपको पता है, whenever we see, because you know we work a lot in disasters, and every single disaster, any major disaster, I personally spend about a month and a half at that particular site and click pictures of all the dead bodies and distress and all that kind of thing. I mean, that's what I have been doing for many years personally. Institution तो कर ही रहा है. तो मैंने ये देखा कि एक वक्त के बाद मुझे ऐसा लगा कि instead of working on people, I have to work on myself first. I really have to be very strong to deal with it. That's the most important part. Baki, if you have good intention, we all will find our ways to do something good. And no work with good intention actually stops because of money and all. वो resources भी सब आ जाएंगे हमारे पास में. मैं बस ये चाहूँगा कि जो भी लोग इस पूरे डिजास्टर को बहुत करीब से देख रहे हैं और जिनकी एम्पैथी जिंदा है, वो लोग बहुत स्ट्रांग होके इसमें लगें और वो ये समझें कि ये इट्स अ लॉन्ग बैटल, इट्स अ रियली लॉन्ग बैटल. ये और वैसे भी और डिजास्टर्स में भी ऐसा नहीं है कि चीज़ें सेटल हो जाती हैं, हम लोग छोड़ के निकल लेते हैं वहाँ से, बट इसमें आसानी से सेटल नहीं होगा बिकॉज द डिजास्टर इज स्टिल अनफोल्डिंग विद वेरियस अदर इफेक्ट. सो बी स्ट्रांग and talk to people who are stronger than you. Stop talking to weak people about your plans and all that, क्योंकि कुछ लोगों को ही मिलके करना ही है, इसका कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है हमको. मैंने अपनी टीम को बहुत साफ शब्दों में कहा और कई सेशंस में भी कहा. बहुत सारे लोग इंस्टीट्यूशंस आए छोटे छोटे जिनके साथ हम काम करते हैं, स्पेशली यंगस्टर्स के. और सस्टेनेंस आजकल बहुत बड़ा बज़वर्ड है, सभी लोग चाहते हैं कि वो सस्टेन कैसे करेंगे, बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. और मैं उनको शुरू से कह रहा हूँ कि पहले सर्वाइव करोगे तब तो सस्टेन करोगे. तो थोड़े दिनों के लिए, थोड़े महीनों के लिए पहले सर्वाइवल मोड पे आ जाओ, लोगों को जिंदा रखने का काम करते हैं।
True. Arvind has a question for you. He's saying, you always advocated self-sustainability, even with Goonj. While most organizations working on charity model, even in the current time, when there is no disaster, how do you like to share your experience and learning to such organizations?
I think Goonj is a very interesting, it is a very interesting example of sustainability, because even when we started about 21 years ago, we were working on an issue where it was not even on the agenda of most funding organizations. If you talked about cloth, that's what we were talking about at that point, as a basic need and sort of unaddressed need. Most funding agencies said at that point that it's a great thing, but it's not on our agenda. So how can we fund it? And I think the work itself has sustained because of people. The work has grown and found its purpose and value because people really came along and people found value in it. And I think somewhere there is some point to that. I think if you keep your work focus very sharp, then somewhere people come along. I don't think the charity. To be honest, I think there are some work that the sense of why philanthropic, like where is the need for Goonj to be. I mean, if there is a gap which Goonj is filling, then that support will come, and that has come and has grown over the many years. So I think in summary, I think let's focus on the work, the sustenance of the work, and the value of the work. Many youngsters, before they actually go on and want to implement their ideas, whether in a charitable mode or a entrepreneurship mode or anything else, they are very worried about कि वो पैसा कहाँ से आएगा. I mean, if I go back to our own experience, we had no money. We started with an idea which was as basic as starting with our own personal clothes. So our learning from that is that if you focus on the work, a community builds around you and that support systems come. Uh, Sometimes we get more than what we need or want, and that's very interesting. But what do you do with that? How do you settle down with that?
So, Arvind, I think we have different opinion on the sustenance part in any case. Okay, because अभी क्या है कि in the last, this we call it innovation and evolving and all that in the society, and suddenly sometime a venture fund comes, sometime someone says अब impact fund आ गया है, फिर कोई कहेगा social stock exchange आ गया है. ठीक है, वो जो मैं बहुत लोगों से मजे लेता हूँ कि आज से 15 साल पहले कोई राम प्रसाद था जो अपने को सोशल वर्कर कहता था, फिर 10 साल पहले सेम बंदा अपने को सोशल एक्टिविस्ट बोलता, आजकल अपने को सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर बोलने लग गया है. वो राम प्रसाद ही, काम सेम करता है वो. बट ठीक है, सोसाइटी इवॉल्व हो रही है, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ को नए नए कोर्सेज चाहिए, सबको काम धंधा चाहिए, तो कुछ कुछ होता रहता है. और बहुत सारे लोग आए, बोले कि साहब नहीं, बड़ा गलत बात है ये तो. मुझे याद है एक फेलोशिप में आया था मेरा नाम, एंड दे सेड कि अंशु बट आपका तो मॉडल सस्टेनेबल ही नहीं है. मैंने कहा क्यों नहीं है? बोले ये तो इंडिविजुअल मनी पे डिपेंड करता है, जिसको हम डोनेशन कहते हैं. मैंने कहा तो इसको इन्वेस्टमेंट बोल दो भाई. तुम कंपनीज जितनी सारी बड़ी होती हैं वो कौन सा कहीं और के पैसे से होती हैं, वो भी पब्लिक में जाती हैं. जब पब्लिक शेयर पे जाती हैं तब वो बड़ी हो जाती हैं, तो पब्लिक उसमें इन्वेस्ट करती है. what they get in return is money, and if they invest in Goonj they will get happiness, they will get a better country. अब भूटान के हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स पे जाके हम इतनी बातें करते हैं, तो अपना भी बना लो, यहाँ पर खुश रहो. इन्वेस्टमेंट है ना ये. आपने उसको डिमीनिंग करके डोनेशन बोलना शुरू कर दिया, बल्कि आपने डोनेशन वर्ड को डिमीनिंग करना शुरू कर दिया दैट वे, जो हम भी कर रहे हैं कि नहीं ये शब्द अच्छा नहीं है. बट मुझे बताइए कि वर्ल्ड वाइड every single movement is not supported by the large people's movement, are never supported by the venture people, by the impact investors, by the corporates, by the governments. These are supported by the individuals. If you see the strength of Goonj, it has been the individuals. वो लोग जो 100 रुपए 50 रुपए से लेके लाख रुपए तक निकाल के अपनी इनकम्स में से देते हैं, और सवाल नहीं पूछते, और ऐसे सवाल नहीं पूछते कि मेरे 1 लाख रुपए हैं तो वो चंडीगढ़ के इसी कॉलोनी में लगेंगे और सिर्फ इसी काम में लगेंगे, वो नहीं, वो डिक्टेट नहीं करते, बिकॉज दे अंडरस्टैंड द लार्जर पिक्चर ऑफ इट। तो आई थिंक सस्टेनेंस होती है जब आप उसको मूवमेंट माइंडसेट से चलाएं, आई मीन दैट्स हाउ वी फील। एंड व्हेन यू लीव इट ऑन पीपल, द आम जनता जिसकी हम गिविंग की बात कर रहे हैं, जिसको मैं कह रहा था कि वो तो बहुत टाइम से दे रही है, बड़े लोगों ने शायद अब देना शुरू करा होगा, बट आम जनता तो बहुत टाइम से दे ही रही है इन सब कॉजेस के लिए। जितने भी ग्रास रूट मूवमेंट हुए हैं, जितने भी गांधी के मूवमेंट हुए हैं, जितना भी भूदान हुआ है, उसमें कौन सा सब बहुत बड़े बड़े लोगों का पैसा लगा था? उसमें हर एक गरीब किसान भी उठा के एक मुट्ठी अनाज देता था, या यदि यात्रा चलती थी तो वो लोग खाना बना बना के दिया करते थे सबको। जो पूरा जॉय ऑफ गिविंग वीक का या दानोत्सव का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो तो इस बात का सबूत है ना कि ऑर्डिनरी इंसान में कितनी ताकत है। तो गूंज की जो सबसे बड़ी ताकत है वो ऑर्डिनरी लोग हैं, और उसमें सिर्फ वो इंसान नहीं है। सस्टेनेंस की जब आप बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमने वी नेवर कंसीडर्ड मनी एज द ओनली करेंसी, एज यू नो, वी कंसीडर्ड द स्किल ऑफ द पीपल, the labor of the people also as additional currency, and that is the reason that within 30-40 crore we are able to run an institution which is hardcore logistics in 25 states, almost of 1,000 people, क्योंकि हम मटेरियल को करेंसी मान रहे हैं, हम लेबर को करेंसी मान रहे हैं, हम गांव की स्किल को करेंसी मान रहे हैं। गांव का पुल बनाने के लिए हमारे यहाँ से कोई कंसल्टेंट नहीं जाता सिटी से, ना कोई इंजीनियर जाता, वो लोग बनाते हैं, क्योंकि हम विजडम को करेंसी मानते हैं। That's why we are able to sustain.
Can I just add one point, Sushant? I just also feel कि I think civil society की organizations का एक चीज और भी शायद बहुत, और स्पेशली आज के टाइम में बहुत मदद करेगा सस्टेनेंस में भी और अच्छा काम करने में भी, if we have a collaborative mindset। हम खुद सिर्फ अपना इंस्टीट्यूशन के बारे में ना सोच के, सिर्फ उसी को अपना मतलब अपना इकोसिस्टम ना मान के, एक लार्जर इकोसिस्टम की सोच रख के कोलैबोरेटिव काम करें, एक दूसरे से मिल के जोड़ के काम करेंगे तो सस्टेनेंस और भी उसमें और भी मदद मिलेगी। Just that.
There are a whole lot of questions that have come up. I will not be able to take all those questions. So Shishir is asking, at what point do you give up a battle and move on?
Give up a battle?
Really?
What
Give up. At what point do you give up a battle?
What point do you give up a battle?
If you know it's time to let go.
छोड़ता तो भाई नहीं हूँ, मतलब ये है कि उसको एक छोटी सी जगह पार्क कर देता हूँ। यदि कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो नहीं हो रही है, तो आई मीन दिस इज हाउ वी हैव डन इट, कि इट्स नॉट दैट वी रैन अवे फ्रॉम दैट सिचुएशन, और इट्स नॉट दैट वी सेड कि अब नहीं होगा, छोड़ते नहीं है। बट एज आई ऑलवेज से कि ये जो सारा काम है ना, इट इज लाइक ए वॉर, एंड वॉर यू नेवर विन विद द वेपन्स, वो तो कहानियां अलग है। वॉर यू ऑलवेज विन विद ए स्ट्रैटेजी। तो फिर यदि कुछ ऐसा होता है तो हम दोबारा से उस पर चोट करते हैं, दूसरी स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ करते हैं। आसानी से ऐसा छोड़ने वाले बहुत ज़्यादा कोई ऐसे एग्जांपल्स है नहीं लाइफ में, मतलब जो मुझे याद है, जो ये चीज़ हम कई बार डिस्कस करते हैं यहाँ पे कि यार कोई याद करते हैं ऐसे, बट नहीं है, ज़्यादा नहीं है।
एक्चुअली मुझे लगता है सुशांत, हम चीज़ों को, आई थिंक अगर हमें ये याद हो कि हमने चीज़ों को पकड़ा क्यों था। I mean, we go after things which we love or which really resonate with us or move something in us. और जब तक वो चीज it really moves something in us, you go on with that. अगर वो है, you know, I see a lot of people, और वैसे काम किए हैं उन लोगों ने जो पूरे बाकी दुनिया उनको यही बता रही होगी कि इम्पॉसिबल है, ये इसको छोड़ दो, ये नहीं करना चाहिए, but they have gone and done those things because they really felt like passionately about it. So there's no point about it. Everyone has their own point where it moves you. You please go on with that.
और फेलियर को एक मान के चलते हैं ना, मतलब why do we think कि जो भी हम करने निकले उसमें हर चीज में एक 500% सक्सेस होगा? नहीं होगा बॉस। इट्स लाइक ए कर्व, उसमें ऊपर नीचे होता रहेगा। तो लेट्स एंजॉय दैट आल्सो कि भाई ठीक है, ये अप्रोच करी थी, फेल हो गई, बड़ा नुकसान हो गया यार, हम लोग तो 1 महीने से दिमाग लगा रहे थे, कुछ काम ही नहीं हुआ, तो ठीक है यार दोबारा लगा लेंगे, मतलब फेल हो गई, वी ऑल आर ह्यूमन बीइंग, हमने बेस्ट इंटेंशन से सोचा, बट दैट्स इट।
True. I think this is a very important lesson for, especially for youngsters, like, you know, youngsters, and also for me. I have another question from Satish Pondubula. He's asking, what are your thoughts on creating jobs at rural places for migrant workers who have returned to their native places?
Simple answer is that this is the best and the golden opportunity for us. बिकॉज आई डोंट नो, वो जो आपने कुछ ने सुना होगा, वो जो मैं कोविड ही लिख रहा हूँ उसमें पहला मैंने ये लिखा था कि तुम लौट के मत आना, क्योंकि सच बात ये है कि विलेज से हमेशा लोगों ने, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल हैव माइग्रेटेड इन डिस्ट्रेस, दे हैव गॉन बैक इन डिस्ट्रेस। तो और वो इसलिए क्योंकि हमने कभी विलेजेस में ध्यान नहीं दिया। तो एक तो पहली बात ये है कि हमने वी नेवर कंसीडर एग्रीकल्चर अ स्किल्ड थिंग। तो एक तो वी स्टार्ट वैल्यूइंग दैट बिकॉज कोविड हैज टॉट अस हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इज फूड एटलीस्ट। तो एक तो उस पर काम करें। दूसरा, हमारे पास ये गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी इसलिए है कि दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम when a large part of the talent which we were not finding in the villages, now that talent has actually gone back to the villages. तो यदि आपको वहाँ पे एक टॉयलेट पे टाइल लगानी थी और आपको मजदूर नहीं मिलता था या कारीगर नहीं मिलता था, now you have that person in the village. So there is a huge amount of talent pool which is gone back to the villages. Narega will only give them, if it is implemented well in some areas, it will only give them some roti, right? But it will be an absolute underutilization of large number of people. क्योंकि जो यहाँ पे 6 साल अकाउंटेंट की नौकरी करके वहाँ गया है, ठीक है, हमने तो उसे, देश ने तो उसे माइग्रेंट मजदूर बोल दिया, right? क्योंकि सबको एक ही जगह पे बना दिया। वो उस बंदे का, उसने बहुत मुश्किल से that person came to the city, struggled it out, became an accountant, right? or became a software guy and all that. So this is a golden opportunity to create a large number of employment, which in any case will solve the problem of the cities also, because city में हम लोग रोते रहते थे कि ओवर क्राउडेड है, रोज लोग नए आ जाते हैं, अब चले गए वापस। तो आप थोड़ा वहाँ जाके अब विलेज में इन्वेस्ट कर लीजिए, वो वहाँ खुश रहेंगे, हम यहाँ खुश रहिए सब। बट प्रोवाइडेड वी थिंक कि हाँ भाई विलेज में काम करना है। अभी
आई थिंक उसमें एक बड़ा फैक्टर शायद जब हम उन लोगों के बारे में सोचते हैं, आई थिंक मैं जब भी ऐसी कोई सोचने, किसी और इंसान के बिहाफ पे सोचने के या उसके लिए सोचने की बात करती हूँ, तो मुझे हमेशा अपने से सोचने की बात समझ में आती है कि एक सेंस ऑफ एजेंसी तो होनी चाहिए। मुझे अधिकार होना चाहिए कि मैं तय कर सकूं कि मैं क्या करना चाहती हूँ, वो फ्रीडम। और सेकंड, वो जो गूंज हमेशा से, और हम लोग बहुत उस पर बात करते हैं कि डिग्निटी की बात, और डिग्निटी कुछ मतलब हमें जो समझ में आता है, डिग्निटी इज वैल्यूइंग व्हाट द पर्सन इज, उसको क्या आता है, वो क्या कर सकता है, उसके सपने क्या हैं, उन सबको जोड़ के अगर हम कुछ निकाल सकते हैं, रादर देन, क्योंकि हमेशा ये बात होती है कि उसको कोई एक स्किल दे दिया जाए, उसको कुछ एक बाहर से कुछ ट्रेन करने की जरूरत है। बट जो यहाँ से गया है, एज अंशु ऑल्सो सेइंग, उसके पास कुछ टैलेंट है, कुछ जानता है, उसको कुछ आता है, उसने कुछ सोचा है जिंदगी में, और उसकी अपनी एक आवाज है।
And one more point, very important. You know, we the city people have always exploited the village India to make everything for cities. 70% जनता वहाँ पर है, बट वो बनाती सब यहाँ के लिए। तो मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि now the time has come that village should stop making fancy carpets for us. They should weave a normal dari, because the 70% customer is also there. So that is a huge chance with us to literally turn around the economy if many of us understand that and work on that.
Wow, that's a good perspective. I have another question. You know, how can more and more people be motivated, those who are sitting in their comfort zones, to volunteer and contribute to solve various problems of the country?
तो मेरा जवाब इसमें बहुत ये है कि थोड़ा सा, I think some of us are making mistakes in celebrating a lot. तो हम लोगों ने वो आदत डाल दी है लोगों को कि तुम कुछ अच्छा करके फेसबुक पे डालो, उससे लोग मोटिवेट होते हैं। मैं उसके बहुत खिलाफ हूँ। आई एम रियली एब्सोल्युटली अगेंस्ट दैट। until unless it comes from your inside, right? It comes from you as a duty. You should not be motivated by looking at a picture of someone doing something good only, कि मेरे साथ के किसी ने कर दिया, because वो मोमेंट्री होगा, क्योंकि आपको उससे बेटर पिक्चर खिंचानी है, शायद आप इसलिए उसको कर रहे हैं। I think it's extremely important for all of us to expose more and more people with the realities of it. We were hoping that the crisis of COVID has exposed many more people जो उन्होंने इतना बुरा हाल देखा है, बट वो सब मुझे लगता है कि महीने भर के अंदर सब गायब होता चला गया है। अब उनको ऐसा लग रहा है कि जो लोग 1000 किलोमीटर चल के गए हैं वो सेटल हो गए हैं, तो सब बढ़िया हो गया है लाइफ में। तो इस to be honest, my calculation on this was absolutely wrong, like many other people. I was thinking that this particular entire disaster and the way we all have seen the distress and the miseries, lot more people will understand the reality. Where do where do our large population really stay, live, and in the way they do? But I think it has not been able to make that dent. अभी भी we want to live, we want other people to survive type mindset अभी भी उतना ही है that way. It is the responsibility of many of us who are already exposed to the realities to reach out to this part of the society and be ready that if we reach out to 10 people, 5 will shut us up and still keep doing it, because that's a very important investment we have to make this community much larger. Each one of us really have to do some extra efforts on that.
Yeah. Can I ask the next question? We have a next question. You would have come across many people who gave some percent of their money spontaneously, whatever it may be, and those who have never thought about it. Both sorts of people are found everywhere, living, working in the very same circumstances. So, what is the trigger, if I may call it, that starts a giving habit in your experience?
Oh.
Can I?
Mm.
I think and at the cost of sounding repetitive, I think it is about if somebody's been kind to you, if you have received it in your life, in any which way, not just as money, but in any kind of giving, anyone's humanitarian step to you, anyone's generosity, anyone's kindness, if you have seen that come through to you, I think that becomes it could be a very small step, but somebody, I mean, I see, for example, people like Aarti and other people post a lot of stories on the Facebook about the giving in our day-to-day life, which we experience. How the rickshawala is very kind to us, or the vegetable vendor is very generous. Acha ye bhi le lo. That kind of, if you're in touch with yourself and with the world, you will experience those instances, those moments of giving all the time, across the day, across your life, and you just respond to that.
And I think the day we stop thinking that if a maid is coming to, if a house help is coming to our place and doing it, and she has to do it because we are paying money, the day we stop valuing that money so much, and what we get from people, not because of money but otherwise also from people, I think that is where we'll start understanding. The day we start valuing the people, so the day I start valuing my team, that I'm two of us are so privileged that we are sitting here and talking, and this place is created by hundreds and thousands of people who work day and night, who do not have ACs to work, who take all kind of risk. So I owe to all of them. So first thing which we did in COVID की not even a single person of Goon, चाहे कुछ भी हमको करना पड़े, आधे से ज़्यादा कॉर्पोरेट्स आपकी सैलरी सपोर्ट नहीं करना चाहते, उसको वो सब एडमिन एक्सपेंसेस मानते हैं सब कुछ, बट we made it a point कि even if someone was attached to us as a daily wager who was not regular, we have to reach out to that person to make sure कि कम से कम खाना मिल जाए उसको, बस हम सब कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे, but at least that person उसके पास एक खाने की किट पहुंच जाए या कैश पहुंच जाए, बिकॉज नॉट बिकॉज हम कोई किसी के ऊपर एहसान कर रहे हैं, बट बिकॉज हमारी हर ट्रक जो लोड हुई थी उस कोविड से पहले और कोविड के बाद वो उस इंसान ने की थी, एंड दैट पर्सन इवन when it was a red zone area, even in that risk that person was coming and loading the trucks. वो भाग सकता था, कहीं भी जा सकता था, मना कर सकता था कि मैं इस एरिया में नहीं आऊंगा, बट दैट पर्सन क्योंकि वो अटैच्ड है, I think the day we start valuing what people are giving to us, and we stop doing this transactional thing कि ये इसने करा तो मैंने 400 रुपए इसको दिए तो सही, बस that day we will understand कि ये है क्या. That day we'll understand कि सामने वाला तो already दे ही रहा है आपको ना कुछ.
Yeah. I think I'll ask you one more question before maybe the remaining questions you can take them offline and answer on Facebook. Uh, again, this might sound repetitive, but many people who come from financially poor background excel in various fields like becoming a doctor, IAS, etc. Uh, but only few persons give back to society sufficiently once they are successful, despite having passed through difficult life in the early stage. How do you motivate such people to give back to society?
How do we motivate people to give back?
Such people,
You
especially
know,
those who come from poor backgrounds. For
yeah, it's like if I was to give an example, it's like living in a beautiful gated communities, like many of us do. Uh, but I often ask, even if you have the best of the facilities and the best of landscaping and best of houses in that within the gated community, the moment you step out on the road in India, in Delhi or in any other city, that road has potholes. There is a law and order issue. There is corruption outside. So whatever zone of prosperity or well-being that you have created for yourself, you are that zone is within this larger ecosystem, and the moment you step out, and it's not as if you can not like you don't have an option. You will have to step out in that world. Your children will have to step out in the world. There's this world where you have to interact with it if you're living in a society. So it's not as if you're doing a favor to anyone else by contributing or by supporting or by engaging with those issues. You are actually doing it for your own well-being. So I think that is, I mean, it's not even a favor that you're doing to anyone. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your own family's well-being. You're doing it for your next generation's well-being. That's it.
और मुझे लगता है कि देखिए, in any case there are many people in that segment, fine, who are already doing. It's not that this segment which you just spoke about is not at all involved. There are a lot of people are already doing it. I mean, if an institution like Goonj grows, the credit goes to all kind of people. We are not taking any money from government. Corporates never used to touch us 5-6 years back. अभी तो करने लगे हैं बहुत अच्छी तरह. पहले तो टच ही नहीं करते थे. बट तो ये सब उन्हीं उसमें है. मेरा बस एक ही है कि हमें कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए. हमें इन लोगों से कुछ मांगना नहीं चाहिए, कुछ बोलना नहीं चाहिए, कुछ बताना नहीं चाहिए. बेशर्मों की तरह से सिर्फ इनसे सोसाइटी के इन सारे चीज़ों को लेके पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव जो भी हो रहा है वो बेशर्मों की तरह स्टोरीज इनसे शेयर करते रहना चाहिए. बस इनका मेल बॉक्स खुले तो उसमें एक ऐसी मेल इनको जरूर नजर आए कहीं ना कहीं से. बाकी हमें मांगना नहीं है किसी से कुछ. भाई तुम्हें देना है तो दो. हम वी कैन ओनली गिव यू एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सर्व. फाइन. Why should I go and ask कि मुझे 1000 रुपए दे दो? I should just give you an opportunity. There is no arrogance in that.
Yeah.
It's very simple. वो जो टोटल जो हमने को ने बहुत सारा ये किया है ना, सो कॉल्ड डोनर का जो पूरा ग्रेटिफिकेशन और उनकी तस्वीरें छापना और ये सब किया है, मुझे लगता है ये शॉर्ट टर्म में अच्छा हो सकता है बट लॉन्ग टर्म में अच्छा नहीं है. आई एम वेरी वेरी क्लियर अबाउट इट. बहुत सारी चीजें विद इन होनी चाहिए. और इंडिया की खास तौर पे जो जो रहा है कि जो कहा गया है इंडिया के बारे में कि आप एक हाथ से दो, दूसरे को पता नहीं लगना चाहिए. आई थिंक दैट कल्चर हैज टू कम आउट. ऑल दिस सोशल मीडिया हैज डिस्टॉर्टेड दैट एब्सोल्युटली, कंप्लीटली डिस्टॉर्टेड. इतने इंटरमीडिएट एजेंसीज हैं, इतनी गिविंग एजेंसीज हैं, आप फोटो पे फोटो छापे जा रहे हो. अरे भाई वो बंदा जो गांव में बैठ के काम कर रहा है, इतने रिस्क में जाके सामान बांट रहा है, उसकी तो कहीं फोटो आ ही नहीं रही, जबकि काम तो वो कर रहा है, पैसा तो बैंक में था. उसको तो हम कहीं कह ही नहीं रहे कि थैंक यू बॉस, तुम्हारी वजह से 50 लोगों को खाना मिल गया. उस बंदे की आपने देखी, बताइए मुझे, आज तक हम में से किसी ने भी कोई ऐसे 50-100 लोगों की फोटोज कहीं पे छापी हैं जिनकी वजह से वो पैसा यूज हुआ है, जिनकी वजह से अल्टीमेटली लोगों को खाना मिला है. हम सिर्फ उस बंदे की फोटो छापते हैं जो पैसा दे रहा है. हाउ डज इट ऑपरेट?
Yes. Anshu, do you have time for one more question? Meenakshi, just one more question.
Please.
I'll just take one more question. And apologies for the viewers that I'm not able to take all your questions, and Anshu and Meenakshi will answer them offline. Can you please share one moment where you decided to give up this work, and how did you come back from that thought process? And one moment where you felt really accomplished. Question for both of you.
To give up this work, I mean, I think we've never had that moment till now. I think the only reason we've not had this moment, and it's not out of a sense, any other sense than the fact that we enjoy doing it. I think the day we, as people, as individuals, as a human being, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I think, and you cannot do it for 21 years if you don't enjoy doing what you're doing, or if it doesn't satisfy you, if it doesn't make you feel as if it adds to you in any way. Uh, yeah, I mean, that's the only reason we'll go on. And what was the second part of your question?
A moment where you felt really accomplished.
I think for me personally, and there've been a lot of times where I felt that accomplished ka to pata nahi, but tremendously loved. The amount of affection and the kind of love and respect that I get, I feel, have I done enough for anything to deserve it? And that is the time you feel only gratitude. I mean, you feel only, I'm at this place where I am and I'm doing what I'm doing, and there are so many people who do much more. And for me to get that kind of a love and affection, I can feel only gratitude.
So give up never, for sure. वो कंफर्म है, ये बहुत बार सवाल उठ चुका है, तो इसलिए हम लोग बार बार झांक के भी देखते हैं कि क्या इज इट रियली हैपेंड एनी टाइम इन 21 years व्हेन यू सेड कि नहीं यार अब ये नहीं हो रहा, वी शुड डू समथिंग एल्स. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेसिक नेचर. अगेन the credit goes to parents, not to me personally. It's all about parents ki they never give up. I never heard anything. They are no more, unfortunately, but I have never heard anything from them कि ये नहीं हो सकता, it is impossible type. तो मेरे लिए तो रिजेक्शन हमेशा से एक बहुत बड़ा मोटिवेशन रहा है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि मैं ज़िंदगी भर एक इसी तरह से करना चाहूँगा, बट वो हमेशा एक मोटिवेशन रहा है. अकम्पलिशमेंट 2015 एक बहुत अजीब सा साल था हमारी लाइफ में. We had that was the year when Maxese happened. That was one part. There was an earthquake, there was flood in different parts of the world which we handled, and then we had a massive fire in Gunj on the day of Diwali. 6 बजे शाम को आग लगी थी, सुबह 2 बजे तक चली थी. और वो एक ऐसा मोमेंट है जिसको हम में से बहुत सारे लोग नहीं भूल सकते, because we have seen fires outside our home, fine, never inside. And you can imagine 10 fire brigades for 8-10 hours struggling to save something, and those 4,000 square feet of space was completely gutted on the day of Diwali. And that day none of us did the puja वगैरह कुछ भी on Diwali. All of us were on the road outside, and I can never forget that how 8, 10, 15 women and men working with us, leaving everything, were holding hands like this, कस के पकड़ रखा था. कैसे उसमें सब लोग अपने अपने घरों से जो दिवाली के लिए खाना लाए थे वो रात को 1 बजे 12 बजे लेके आए, और कैसे हम लोगों ने उस खाने को बाहर इधर जल रहा है, फूक रहा है, और उधर हम खा रहे हैं क्योंकि सब लोग भूखे हैं. एंड हाउ 6 o'clock in the morning the entire team with their family members and buckets in hands came at 6 o'clock. वापस 1.5 घंटे के अंदर they came back. 4:30 they left. They came back just to see if they can save something out of it. And that was their families, their kids, their husbands, their wives, all of them. And the last and most important part, पूरे दिन हम लोगों ने काम किया, निकालने की कोशिश करी, कुछ नहीं बचा. तो दिवाली पे हमारे यहाँ गुलाब जामुन बनते हैं. मैं बहुत फूडी हूँ, तो हमारे अपने कुक है, तो हम कई कुंटल गुलाब जामुन बनाते हैं सबके लिए, देसी मिठाई बनाते हैं. ठीक है. आइए दिवाली पे, तो ऑब्वियसली अब उसमें गुलाब जामुन बचे थे. तो आप इमेजिन कीजिए कि चारों ओर से तो लोग झांक रहे हैं, पूरी बिल्डिंग जली पड़ी है, सब कुछ बुरा हाल हो रहा है. एंड आई रिमेम्बर अराउंड 6 o'clock आई वेंट अप ऑन ए टीला जले हुए चीज के, एंड आई सेड कि यार देखो, पहली बात तो ये है कि वो गुलाब जामुन लेके आओ, तो जो बचे हैं. तो जिंदगी में पहली बार किसी ने ऐसा देखा होगा कि आपका सब कुछ लुटा पिटा है और आप अभी भी गुलाब जामुन खा रहे हो. भैया पूरे दिन तो मेहनत कर ली, अब क्या करेंगे, आग तो लग गई. दूसरा, आई रिमेम्बर 2 things. आई सेड देखो, एक तो ये है कि जॉब किसी का नहीं जाएगा किसी भी हाल में. वी ऑल विल डू दिस दोबारा से, विल रीएस्टैब्लिश अवरसेल्व्स. एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज कि फ्रॉम टुमारो देयर विल बी 2 teams. एक टीम जो इस मलबे को साफ करेगी, क्योंकि 4000 फीट का मलबा है, और दूसरा जो बचे हुए सामान पे काम करेगी, बट द ओनली प्रॉमिस इज that after 3 days, on the fourth day, the first truck has to move out from Gunj. And I can tell you that in in these last 21 years, for me, the only thing which brings one of the thing which brings tears, and as you said, accomplishment, I will count in that, that on the fourth day, we all sent a first truck out.
Wow.
And that's the most motivational story in life. And credit to the entire team, the way they really worked. And our truck contains almost 6-7 tons of material, और वो भी बचे खुचे में से बनाना, 3 दिन के अंदर उतनी किट को ले जाना रखना. I think it was, तो I think that is something which gives a lot of happiness. And I will say that was the day when I felt कि हाँ अच्छा कुछ तो किया है.
Wow, that is really an amazing story to end this session. But before I sum it up, for viewers who are watching, please go to the Living My Promise Facebook page. Don't forget to like this page, because every Saturday we have excellent speakers like Anshu and Meenakshi themselves who will be coming and sharing about their lives, their philanthropic causes, and why they are doing what they're doing. Don't forget to like the Living My Promise page firstly. Secondly, before I want to sum it up, like few things takeaways from what Anshu and Meenakshi have said. Never give up. And whenever you're meeting Anshu at any point of time, do not forget to ask for gulab jamun. I hope he'll always keep them ready for us. And he's also a good cook. So either one of these things we'll get. And yeah, stay committed, stick to it. And hopefully we'll all also find a cause that is close to us where we can love it so much that we will remain 21 years or, till whatever lives we have, and really make an impactful meaning, add meaning to our own lives. Thank you so much, Anshu and Meenakshi. Thank you so much. This was a fantastic session. I hope all the viewers have enjoyed. This video session will be uploaded onto YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel also, and this will also be posted on the Living My Promise website. Please go and check under events section of the website.
Thank you for initiating this beautiful concept, right? This is a beautiful concept, which is
that is up to all the other signatories.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. See you next Saturday. And next Saturday we are having another fantastic signatory who has traveled almost 120 countries across 7 continents. So don't miss to catch up with him. Stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.